We're recording. Little drum roll there. What are we going to talk about today? What we are going to talk about today, I'll tell you as soon as you asked, is agents' fees, Oxlade Chamberlain, Declan Rice, and Adam Armstrong. I think that'll do it, unless something else happens at some point in the next 10 minutes. We might talk about that as well. The Oxlade Chamberlain one, we'll get to that in a second, because I know I'm a bit slow with the news there, but I haven't been around as much as I usually am, so I think I missed the initial link, so I haven't had my say on it. But it's popped up again today, so we'll have a little talk about that. But let's just do all the agents' fees first, because it's been announced today. I don't think it was an official announcement. It wasn't announced as something to be proud of or announced with pride by the club. I think it's just as part of the accounts and the figures being looked at, it was discovered that the agents' fees have dipped under 10 million a season. A season for the first time. This is too much. It's far too much, in fact. You know what? At a time when the game's hemorrhaging money, and not only is it hemorrhaging money, there's none coming in either, or certainly not as much as there used to be. You just got to think, at what point do we stop? At what point do you, as a club, just say to the agent, I'm not going to pay that money? Now, I understand the agent will turn around and say, well, I'm not bringing my player to you, in which case, but some kind of collective effort from the clubs, because all the clubs have got to get round, do it as a Premier League as a whole. Everybody has to sit down. What do they need? 14 out of the 20 clubs to sit down and vote to agree on something? Why don't they all just get together and say, this is the standard amount that we'll pay? Now, I understand that if there are two of them going for the same player, if you have that, then, you know, it encourages a bit of a brown envelope. I've got some white envelopes, not white envelopes. It encourages a bit of brown enveloping. That's whatever that is. You know, some under the counter payments, some bungs, let's say. But if everybody agreed and everybody stuck to it, it's not like I disagree with agents or the role of agents. Surely any player should be able to get representation and to use that said agent to help them get a better deal or to look after them. So maybe the player doesn't want to focus. I don't believe that. I don't believe that, actually, that the player doesn't have to focus on his contract. Why would you not want to focus on your contract? I don't think it's the same. I don't mean like an agent that gets you advertising deals and stuff like that, like a marketing manager. I don't mean that. I understand that, right? You don't want to spend your time on the phone, all the rest of it. But actually, how often do you get a new contract as a footballer? What, every 3 years or something like that? Why would you not want to have your hands and fingerprints all over that process? You would, wouldn't you? Let's be fair. But I do understand why they've got. I'm not saying players shouldn't have agents, by the way. I do love that Jude Bellingham's agent is his dad. That I like. No one's going to look after you quite like your family. So I like that one. However, it's just too much money. Too much money. And if it's dipped under 10 million, I probably should have looked exactly what it was. I didn't. It's still far too much money. I mean, as a percentage, what was our turnover last year? I think our turnover was, I don't know, between 180 and 200 million, something like that. You're still looking at 5% of your turnover. It's too much. It's far too much. You know, how many, I was going to say Hugos, how many Soufals could you buy with 10 million? Two. Two is the answer. We're missing out on two Soufals by paying these agents that money. Look, I just don't like it. Now more than ever, when money is tight, I just don't really see that they should be commanding the amount of fees that they do. Not millions of pounds for facilitating a transfer. This player wants to join that club, great. Middleman gets a couple of million quid. No, I don't think so. Let me just find this Oxlade Chamberlain thing. Oh, no, Declan Rice. Declan Rice. Now, obviously myself and Gio did the review straight away after the game, and we both gave him man of the match. But I didn't realise at that point he was the official man of the match. And I didn't realise that he's got man of the match in both the games he's played. So Jesse Lingard got the first one. So it's all West Hammed out, all the man of the matches. Jesse Lingard got the first one, San Marino. And then Declan Rice got the other two. I don't know, I've said for some time, I think he's one of Gareth Southgate's favourites. I bet Gareth Southgate feels vindicated, and I'm pretty sure that Declan Rice probably feels vindicated as well for making the international choice that he did. Going to be really interesting for him in the summer, that's for sure. But anyway, yeah, apparently everybody was going mad about his performance, and Jack Grealish and Raheem Sterling and Calvin Phillips, and they've all been tweeting him saying, you know, what a fantastic player he is. In fact, Raheem Sterling said, can the others also get one, please? Obviously meaning the Man of the Match award, which is nice, and it shows a bit of camaraderie amongst the England teams. Right, where's this Alex Oxlade Chamberlain thing? Let me read it to you. Sorry, that was probably quite loud, me tapping that. I went to pull my glasses off me jumper, but they're not. They're there. I'll thank you for all the comments about the laser eye surgery. It seems a bit daunting. It's a bit expensive as well, but it seems a bit daunting, you know. Lasers, you know, like a lightsaber in your eye or something like that. I don't know. I'm not discounting it. I will have to do something because I can't even see you. Where are you? Needs to be sorted out. That's better. These aren't even the thick ones. These are the thick ones. You can probably see through. It's crazy. Look at that. Anyway, right. A source at Anfield Central. Don't know what it is. Probably a station. No, it's not. It's probably a website. A source at Anfield Central has claimed that Liverpool have been approached by West Ham over midfielder Alex Oxlade Chamberlain. Don't believe it, but let's just get that in there first. However, I know that Anfield Central are not the only people to be saying this. I know that the story's been around for a little while. However, we have our doubts as the former Arsenal man only relatively recently returned from a knee injury last December after missing 113 days. He is injury prone. Now, I remember him signing for Arsenal from Southampton. Good player. Don't get me wrong. A really, really good player. Jurgen Klopp was desperate to get him. I think he paid maybe 30 million for him, something like that. I think he's had 2 major injuries just at Liverpool. I think he had a couple of serious ones at Arsenal as well. Look, let's just say we don't want to do that now. We have to learn, and it's not just Andy Carroll and Jack Wilshere. We've got a history of doing it, and in fact, we probably should have known better with Andriy Yarmolenko as well, because he was injured for the whole last season at Borussia Dortmund. That's why they were keen to get rid of him, because they obviously knew what we found out, which is he struggles to play any sort of number of games. Anyway, what's it say? It says, since he's made only 2 starts, come off the bench 10 times. I mean, Klopp wanted to turn him, Oxlade Chamberlain, not Yarmolenko. He was a winger. He played wide a lot of the time for Arsenal. Although I do remember him playing centrally against AC Milan, actually, and he played very, very well. I think Klopp saw him more as a central player, and he's a good player. But it just ain't worth the risk. It says, the Hammers see him... oh no, sorry, I've got that one wrong. Funny enough, Daniel Sturridge is mentioned in the article as well, which is another one that you don't want. Although I do think they're poles apart, those two, in terms of their attitude. Good player. We have to get past that, and he's not a young player anymore. He's not 22 years of age, 23 years of age. You know, I think he's probably 28, and injury prone. I feel a bit sorry for him because he won't have been able to have reached his potential, but no, we have to steer clear of that. And realistically, he's probably not fit or fast enough to be a winger for us, and we don't need anyone in that position. Attacking midfielders, don't need them at all. Anyway, everybody, touch wood, everybody came back from international duty fit and firing, I think. Souček, Soufal did, Rice and Lingard. I don't know if Fabianski didn't play. We've got any others? We've probably got a few, haven't we? But they're all back, and they're all doing well. I wonder if What is his name? What is his name? Alves? One we signed from Silky Borg? Did he play for Denmark? I wonder. I don't know. I don't even have Connor Coventry. Maybe I should have found out. Anyway, last thing I was going to say, I should finish my sentence really. I don't even know if Connor Coventry played for Republic of Ireland. I'm guessing he didn't. We would have heard about it. West Ham have made a bid for Blackburn striker Adam Armstrong, according to someone. Pedro Almeida. You know him? You know Pedro? Pete? You know him, don't you? No, we don't. We don't know who Pedro Almeida is. Posted on Wednesday. Do you know what? He says this, by some Twitter account, Pedro Almeida. He might have 30 followers or something like that, but I'm guessing he doesn't. By the fact that we're meant to know who he is, maybe he's got a big account. Posted on Wednesday night that an offer for €30 million have been tabled. I mean, us. Why would we pay Blackburn Rovers in euros anyway, right? Why would we? You know what I mean? We've only got to get it. We both have to get the currency exchange, don't we? We'd probably pay them in pounds sterling or curly whirlies or something like that. But anyway, it would take at least 25 million curly whirlies to buy this guy. Again, look, come on. Let's go back to what we were just saying about the agents here. There ain't the money in the game. Blackburn Rovers are not getting £25 million, right, off this guy. Maybe if every box is ticked and all the planets align and he signs for a club and he breaks 20 goals a season and then they reach the Champions League final and they win the FA Cup, they might have a deal structured like that, which eventually might yield them 25 million quid, but they just ain't. Good little player. I've said this before. Tricky little player. Fast. Very good. 19 goals in 33 championship outings. Funny enough, I spoke about him before and Ivan Toney. And Ivan Toney was ahead of him even then. And I think he only had 17. Maybe it was 19. And that was what? That must have been a month and a half, 2 months ago. I don't know. If it seemed better. His goal scoring ratio seemed better than that last time. Maybe he's lost form. I don't know. Oh, hold on. It tells us about Almeida. Wait there. I'm going to go in a second. Almeida has a history of being bang on the money when it comes to deals involving Portuguese and Brazilian players. Oh, yeah, there you go. Adam Armstrong Dino. That's why he's got this one right. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I'll see you tomorrow.